Ooh, baby. We have waited years for this. And we finally have it. Nordschleife in ACC. Oh, I forgot this is a thing in single player. I've played it yesterday for 5 hours. So I've seen the track, I've seen how it drives, and I gotta tell you, compared to AC1, which is the version I've played the most, is a very good step up. And apparently this is the version we're gonna have in AC2. I've heard that somewhere, which is very nice. So today I'm gonna just show you how the track looks, how it drives, just a quick race against AI in a dry, at night, and in a wet, which is something I haven't tried yesterday. Also, I haven't driven in the night, but that should be fine. The wet is a different tale entirely. So now we're approaching the GP loop, which is basically the Nürburgring we've had before, but with the facelift. So if you look closely, I'm gonna just take it easy here. While the layout is practically the same, visually it looks slightly different, with few changes to it. I don't know what's going on with the AI. Oh, hello. I have stolen my engine. Fantastic. So as I said, visually it looks slightly different, but we all know the layout. We've driven it 100 or 1,000 of times. What we are interested in is the Nordschleife. So there's a small change I've noticed on the Nürburgring in the GP loop. Besides the visual changes, is the chicane is slightly altered with a different sausage curve on the inside. And you do not want to take that curve. It will launch you to a different country entirely. So we'll do our best to avoid it. And then we'll make our way to the Nordschleife. Just to show you how it all looks. Now, yesterday was a lot of fun on the new track. But AI only allows me to have 50 cars on the track. Yesterday we had double that amount. See the inside curve? It's yellow and it's a big boy. You don't want to go over that. And we go into the beautiful Nordschleife now. So yesterday we had double the cars on track, and quite a few people had issues with performance. Now 105 cars, I think it was, is not easy for most PC to handle, so I understand the issues. But hopefully there would be some more optimization done. Now, there are things you can do to help your performance. What I've done, because I'm running max graphics even during the races, is I've limited the amount of cars visible from unlimited to, I think, 50 cars. So that raised my FPS from like 50 to 110. Right now, while I'm recording with 50 cars, 125 in that moment in that section of the track. Look at that track. I don't have a good setup for this track still, so it's gonna be a bit janky and slow. My best lap, I think, yesterday was 8:22 or 8:21, but I've seen esports guys. Look at this corner; it's beautiful. Whoa! Oh yeah, it's super slow here. The way you send it over the crest is just insane, especially in Aston. I've seen the top guys in esports do 8:08. I think Mache has a video, a Hotler video already up on his YouTube channel with 8:06 in the Porsche, which is absolutely mental. Over the curb, we still have the old curb because this is the version from 2023, so we don't have the deadly, ridiculous curb on the exit of Foxhole that kills your car, so you can still drive over it. Should be absolutely fine. Now this track is just a ton of fun to drive. Even if you're racing AI, racing friends, hot lapping, the flow of the track is just something unreal. And it really shows you the difference in skill of certain drivers. Because this is a long track and a lot of things can go wrong. Even when you're hot lapping, it basically is something like an endurance hot lap. And that is basically how it looked yesterday. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna switch it over to nighttime and we're gonna see how it looks during the night. Alright, so we are roughly where we finished on a dry track. Now we're at the night and look at that. Look at the lights where the people are camping, how the track looks. ACC has always looked good at night, but this is incredible. The atmosphere where you drive through that is, you can feel it. Now my pressures are really low because I forgot to adjust them because it's nighttime, it's much colder. But we're not gonna worry about that. We're just here to see the track, see how it looks, see how it drives. And at night it's great, it's looking fantastic, but it's also quite scary. As I punt this guy. AI is a bit slow here. I don't think I have it set on max. I haven't actually checked. Yeah, they're pretty slow. Did he just tap the brakes? Like this is scary. Imagine doing an endurance race on that track. This is wild, with so many cars. And the fact that we've had double that yesterday is just crazy. Look at the lights, look at the laser show. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Now, I haven't really played iRacing to have an opinion on how the track is there. But I've listened to people who did. And they all say that, at least visually, this is the best rendition of Nordschleife that I've seen. And this is the most up-to-date version yet, because it's the one from last year. I think iRacing is like 2017 or something like that. Oof. Some curbs are deadly. So I think Kuno's just knocked it out of the park with this version. You really gotta be focused when driving with other cars so close. It's difficult to talk and race this track. I don't know how Jardia does it. It's absolutely mentally exhausting. But it's so much fun. If you haven't tried it yesterday, I recommend you do. I think for the first lap at night, it's not bad. This is a fantastic section. Oh god. Let's get a good exit. Oh, we've bottled it probably. Or maybe not. And let's see. This is a full wing setup for the Aston. But Aston is a rocket on the straight anyway, so it shouldn't hinder us too much. We cap out at 7k RPM on 6th gear. So this is basically VMAX for us. We can go a few Ks quicker in slip, but not by much. What's the Feza doing? What's going on? What is AI doing? Oi! Oh, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. I've seen better things from James Baldwin's video of what the AI was doing. Basically just crashing in the corner and then just kept piling onto each other. But that's basically Nordschleife at night. It looks fantastic. I wasn't expecting the lights in the laser show near the campsites, but they look fantastic. Holy shit. Alright. It's time to bring out the wet Nordschleife. Alright, so this is something we haven't done yesterday, because that would be absolutely mental. It would be carnage. So I'm trying it now. Whoa, AI, come on. Ooh. Can we navigate that maze of cars? Just squeezing through, squeezing through. Oh my god. AI doesn't know what to do with that many cars in such a tight track. Alright, here we go. We've waited so many years to be able to turn left at the end of the GP loop, and we finally fucking have it. I don't know if I can go on the curves. Yeah, that was not bad. I'm thinking it's super safe. What? This is basically no practice as well. I just selected the wet track, and this is my first, like, a quarter of a lap on it. It's crazy. The spray is very hard to see through. Bye! The game runs surprisingly smooth with 50 cars in the rain. So, it's worth noting that Nordschleife is not the only change, like adding Nordschleife is not the only change they've done to the game. Damper calculation has been changed. And from what I've gathered, at least on this track, compared to any other track you can see I've driven in, the car does feel slightly different. Usually, on my meta setup, I run 60% brake bias, and the car brakes no problem. Here I've been using 62% on the dry, and if I have my wheel turned in the braking zone, the rear actually wants to run away. It's a little bit more loose on the rear, which is interesting, and I've heard few people report the same thing. So they said they redone damper calculation, whatever that means, but I think it also made an impact on how the car behaves overall on the braking. Also on throttle, I think, because I used to run 1TC on Aston. Esport people run 0TC. They still do that. God, that Audi. but I feel like the car is a little bit more oversteery on throttle as well. So that's interesting. So while I am not sure if old setups are useful or useless to get maximum performance, I'm pretty sure they would require certain tweaks to them. Like you can still, I'm basically running very similar setup to what I would use in a previous patch. It is fine, but I feel like it could be certainly better, especially for this track. And while I feel like what Nordschleife is great, I feel it could be a little bit more difficult as well. Welcome to the more difficult version of the Nordschleife. Rain at night. I don't think it's gonna get more sketchy than this. Can't really see anything. It's wet and it's beautiful, but any public lobby or any even race with AI probably, it's gonna be carnage. Now, depending how I've cut this video, you may or may not have seen the amount of AI I've already punted on my way to this spot on the track. Like literally, I cannot see where I'm going. I mean, I can kinda see, but it's super difficult. I'm relying a lot on my memory of the track, how the corners go, what the radius and the angle of the corner is, to navigate them. I don't really look at where I'm going, because, well, there's not much to look at now. All I have now is a big bunch of spray on my windshield and a big BMW fat ass in front of me that's obstructing 90% of my view of the track. Feel like racing, I guess. Oi! Now, this is probably the most hardcore experience you can have in ACC, and I love it. Thankfully, I've disabled damage for this video because I don't fancy redoing it every 5 minutes when I have a slight crash with the AI. Also, I have half expected this track to be a bit harder to drive in the wet, but it's very nice. I'm just sucked in. I'm just mesmerized by that track, by the conditions, by how it looks, by the lights in on the tents, like right next to the tents. This is fantastic. That this track is basically simulation of a Nürburgring Nordschleife 24 weekend. That's where there's a lot of spectators, lots of lights, lots of fancy stuff. And I'm glad it is a simulation of that weekend, because you can feel the atmosphere. You can just imagine you're actually driving in that race. This is nuts. I can't talk. I can't talk. This is way too much for my small brain to process. I'm just so focused. The moment I talk, this happens. I am so focused on not trying to crash it. I cannot say anything. I don't know how some people do it, because this is absolutely insane. They need to fix that weird weaving of that AI is doing on the straight, because this is pretty sketchy. Oh man. This is crazy, man. Oh, that's it. My brain can't handle anymore. Way yo. Oh, this is absolutely nuts. I am so happy this track is finally with us. It's been years. It's been years coming, and it's here. You want to see more of the track, and hopefully you want to drive it yourself. Buy the DLC. You'll love it, for sure. It's not perfect. Because the cars are not perfect, the physics are not perfect. We still have cars that are crashing the game. We still have cars that are bouncing. That are doing weird things with dampers, with springs, with physics. But I think for what it is, the DLC, the track, really good. Oh, by the way, before I forget, there's a little something. Scan that and see for yourself. Soon. Very soon. Please be good. Come on. Please be good, yeah? Maybe it's the rear damage. Also, you notice the right head at the front for Nordschleife, yeah? It's 70 millimeters minimum. When usually on normal track it's like 50 something.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful. Leaders on final lap now.
I need to change the night, but he's shitting himself with everything at once. I need to change the timings. Oi. He's my #1 fan. Bro, I love just sending it on this track.
Man, like close racing here, like an esport, will be crazy. On this track.
This car just does not want to turn. Do you think we can get like, you can slipstream me and then I slipstream you down here?
Let's see. Where's the fast car?
Bentley.
Where's the fast car? Come on, Ferrari, come on! That Bentley is like 10 years old, come on! Come on! Yes! 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 Power! Power! Can't even come back from this!
I'm fucking on the limiter. Oh my god, don't hit the brakes at high speed.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. No! Take you bastard!
Okay, right, let me try 0 TC.
Oh god. Why 0? What on the Bentley?
Because it's always faster.
It works on the Bentley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's 0 TC.
Oh my god.
It's actually not too bad at these bits. Except when you hit the gravel. You see,
Oh my
that's
god,
what a
almost
normal
like
version
yeah,
does.
almost like a race yesterday, right? Oh god, that curve, man. That's mega so sick, it's crazy. Bentley needs like 0.5 DC, yeah.
This is nuts, man. This track is nuts. Even with the broken car.
I'm trying my best to fucking make it do what it's told.
Yeah, that left-hander when you bottom out, you can't do that in AC1 as well. You just die.
No, can you take this flat?
No, no. I mean, not on this setup. Not special, but I can't see shit and miss the impacts. Oh, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. It's fucking brilliant. Finally, a
And
fight.
Can you take this bit flat?
I don't know.
Tell the truth. I'm gonna try.
Man, you need to drive this, honestly.
Oh!
It makes me want you to
I had
drive.
to lift a little bit.